When the day begins, there are only a few certainties you can expect from it. The sun rises and your age has increased by 1 day. Almost everything else is drowned in uncertainty, albeit with some events occurring with more probability than others. Have you ever asked yourself how our modern lifestyles are influenced by the quest to master these uncertainties? This challenge starts already when we get out of bed and is present in things we wouldn't even think of. Have you ever thought of the process your toothbrush and toothpaste have been through to get to your bathroom? Without statistics, your toothbrush could actually be harming your gums, whereas the toothpaste could be ruining your teeth instead of curing them. Hence, the scientific thinking behind your dental hygiene starts with 2 questions. What are the factors that influence most prominently the health of your teeth, and how? The role of statistics is to provide answers to these questions with as much accuracy as possible. It delivers a framework in which experiments are organized, executed, and analyzed. Experimental design, t-tests, ANOVAs, and multiple linear regression are just a few of the basic statistical tools used for such purposes. Without it, drugs and medicines would be produced and sold without much idea of the overall benefits and side effects they can actually give. Or the chocolate we eat would not taste as good.
Unless you're living a solitary life in the wild, your day probably continues with transport to work, communication, research, and a great deal of social interaction. You may be searching for an answer to a problem at work or for a nice restaurant for a first date. Have you ever wondered how search engines manage to find the answers you were looking for in such an effective and timely fashion? Although search engines still feature a few inefficiencies, without statistics, they would randomly search the internet for the imputed keywords with no connection to your geographical location, your previous searches or interests, and would deliver useless solutions. The same logic applies to many different aspects of everyday life, going from internet to transport to health. Credit card management would undergo different risks and marketing campaigns would be misdirected if it weren't for client profiling based on statistical methods.
Choices would be easier to take if everything and everybody behaved in the same way, but this is not the case in real life. Repeating the same experience can give different results, and people in similar situations behave in different ways. In a nutshell, almost nothing is constant, and almost everything varies. By studying the variability, statistics is able to retrieve useful information and provide us with a probabilistic setup based on which we can have a clearer picture of what we can expect from our day. Statistics does not eliminate the risks of every human activity, but it provides educated guesses of them and allows us to make more informed and trustworthy decisions. Statistics contributes by looking at a small number of individuals and events and draws conclusions which pertain to the whole population, quantifying the uncertainty surrounding these conclusions. In the past, the challenge for daily survival involved a bunch of decisions which would not require a probabilistic formalization. However, statistics has become an essential tool in today's world. Its presence is widespread but inconspicuous, like a superhero that works in the shadows, leaving you less doubtful and fearful when the sun goes down at the end of the day.